Today I wanted to talk about energy cycles for spiritual development. In nature, we have lots of opportunities to support our spiritual growth through the energetic cycles that happen all throughout the year. And some you may be aware of, some may not, but I wanted to share this information so that you could have these tools available to you. They're free. You don't need to ask nobody for anything. You don't need to pay for nothing. It's always at your disposal whenever you need it. These cycles in our lives, they present opportunities to begin anew or to bring something into its fullness, its full manifestation, and also different ways in which you can support the ebbs and flows and the lows in your life, or utilize that energy that is a nadir, a low energy, for things that you need. And when I say low, I don't mean bad, I just mean low. Working within these cycles, they can help you move things along smoothly. It's like you're not working against the natural flow. When you're working in the natural flow of the energies, then things are a bit smoother. Sometimes when we're trying to accomplish things, we don't recognize that the energy flow isn't supporting. Now you can still do it, get it done, but why not understand the cycles so that you can get it done and have the energy working with you, so it's not so much of an effort, or the effort is less, or the success rate is better. You could take cues from the cycles as well in the types of ways you want to set up your own personal spiritual rituals. And those cycles will tell you the energies, and then you can formulate and form your rituals based on the energies that you would like to harness from the cycle. And so let's begin with what these cycles are. I'm going to work from the biggest, longest cycle and down to the daily cycles. So we'll start off with the new year. The new year, beginning things anew, is one of the biggest energy cycles that we could harness from, because it's a collective energy that everyone, or almost everyone in the world globally, is celebrating, acknowledging, and hoping for, and putting their hopes and dreams into the new year. So we have a lot of collective energy that is going into the thought and the happening of this new year. So January 1st, worldwide, most people are celebrating that. Most people are acknowledging that. And it's a great time for you to start to focus your energy on what it is that you want the new year to be like. I don't really believe in resolutions. I started them when I was young, but I found that they weren't that effective. So what I do now is more like figure out a theme or the way that I want my year to feel, the way that I want the energy in my life to be moving towards, as opposed to, individual goals and, those things that we are trying to get to. Now, under the heading of the feelings and the wants and the desires for your year, the theme of your year, then you can break that out into, different parts and, different things that you could go after. Now, that January 1st isn't the only new year. The next one, that major one that I know about, is Chinese New Year. That happens usually at the end of January, beginning of February, and that is recognized and practiced and celebrated by tens of millions of people worldwide. So that's another opportunity to jump on that new year energy. The year itself is represented by a particular astrological sign, Chinese astrological sign. So you could get that information and see, what is going on with the energy as far as Chinese astrology is concerned in the new year. The next one that I know about is the spring new year. That starts in around the equinox, the spring equinox, and it also is the first sign of the astrology signs. It's the sign of Aries, so it also represents new beginnings, and then we move right into the first days of spring. with this new year, and that's celebrated by a lot of people worldwide as well. They actually, a lot of people say this is the true new year because of the spring energy that's associated with it. So when it comes to newness, beginning anew, fresh starts, the spring equinox in March is another new energy. Now, the next one that I know about that's major worldwide, but not as major as the other ones that I mentioned, it's the Yoruba New Year. Now, the Yoruba people are also worldwide with a concentration in Nigeria. And the Yoruba New Year takes place in June. And it's usually around whenever the New Year falls in June, that's when the New Year is celebrated with the people, the Yoruba people. And that is my tradition, my spiritual tradition. So I honor that new and recognize that New Year as well. So those are the new beginnings for the year energy that's celebrated by tens of millions and hundreds and millions of people across the world. So you can hone in, ride that energy, and you can ride each new year. You don't have to say, oh, I'm only going to take advantage of January 1st. You can celebrate them all and utilize all those energies as a new beginning. Now we're going to go into the seasons. Seasons is another opportunity. You have the seasons are broken up into 3 months, 4 seasons, and you have that energy going on for those 3 months that you can hone into, and each season has its own energy. We'll start off with spring. Spring is a time for planting new seeds, for new beginnings, for birth, for renewal, for a sense of fresh starts. And that's a time when nature awakens, and everybody's coming out of the winter slumber. And for those of us in my region of the northeast the United States, we're coming out of winter, so it's been cold. So we're starting to warm up and it's feeling all good, and we want to now venture more out into the world and to do more things and stay outside longer. And so you can ride that energy as well for those 3 months. You can plant your seeds of the things that you want to accomplish. You can utilize it to start things and projects in your house. A lot of people like to clean up and refresh and renew their home. Spring is a great time for that. And spiritually, you can utilize it to fresh start and plant seeds for yourself spiritually of the things that you want to manifest in your growth and development. Also, spring brings back the power of the light. So we've had darker days in the winter time, and so now we're having more and more of sunlight, and that energy from the sun is coming through even more, and it's sending its energy to the earth to awaken all of us that were dormant and sleeping during that time. And the spring urges us to open up. So if things that you need to open up to in terms of how you go about your life, this is a great time to start to exercise the habit of doing that, because habit then can be formed into actually becoming a part of who you are. Now we move from spring into summer. The sun is more intense. And now we're talking about bursting out all over, where all of the things that began in the spring now are coming to their fruition. It's hot. It's about passion. It's about vibrancy. It's about growth. It's about celebration of being independent, meaning you don't have to, you could walk around everywhere if you want to. You don't have to worry about coats and things to carry around, so you're about like lighter. And it's about generosity, because all the things from the spring are now becoming alive or becoming available in abundance to us. So it's a time of abundance. So your abundance work is should be manifesting your seeds that you planted for your abundance. And so now it should be coming into its fruition in the summertime, but you can still continue to plant your seeds and still continue to do your abundance and manifestation work. And whatever it is that you feel is not as abundant in your personality and in your way of being, you can work on bringing that more and more into its fullness within you. Then as the summer progresses, we got those 3 months to kind of relish in that energy. Then we have, and of course, the energy of summer, I just want to go back, is external. So you're more external. So whatever you're working on, it's good to do it in shorter periods of time, because spiritual work usually utilizes, more quiet, slowed down time in order to like meditate and study and doing all the different things that we do for our growth and development. But you do those in shorter periods of time, because now everything is more external and loud and buzzing around and all of that. Now we're moving now into fall after those 3 months, and things are slowing down, and you're getting into fall. Fall energy helps us to turn back within. So we start slowly turning back within. It's an energy of transformation. Things start to get cooler. The winds start to pick up. The leaves start turning colors. So when you're doing work of things that you want to transform in your life, this is a good time to harness that transformative energy of fall. And it's a time for gratitude as well, and for reflecting on the things that you would like to transform, and moving that transformation deep within, and having those internal conversations with yourself, with your ancestors, with your spirit guides. And you're also harvesting, more of what came from the spring and from the summer. So you're still you're in the deep, big harvesting and getting prepared to go within and have your supplies for the winter. You're reaping the rewards of all the work that you've done before. So this is a time of celebration as well. You can just focus on the happiness, the joy, and the gratitude of all that you've been able to make it through all this part of the year up until now, and all the things that you've accomplished. And you're also starting to prepare your internal space for when you go into the winter, when we go into that deep inner work in the winter, because it's more stillness outside, especially those of us who experience winter season and cold weathers. You start to prep yourself to listen and go inwardly to that higher self, like I said before, your ancestors, your spirit guides, and the spiritual beings that you are tapping into for your spiritual growth and development. And it's a quieter time for that reflection. Reflection is very, very healthy for you in your spiritual growth. Then we're going from fall into winter, where that's the more deep, deep internal time, where you have to focus on just your rest and becoming dormant and becoming slower. And of course, we are in a societies now where we have to perform, and the work world and career world don't honor these times of year, but you can get your little snippets. When you're aware of it, you say, okay, I got to get this quiet time, I got to get this internal reflection time and get it in there, because this is a time where those actions can be maximized. Monthly energy. Going to deal with monthly energy. And monthly energy is things like the moons. We're already, accustomed to the moon. So we have the full moon and the new moon. And the new moon basically represents when those new moons come around, you start to plan for new beginnings, things you want to start, fresh starts again, another opportunity for fresh starts, rituals that focus around fresh start, new beginnings, things you want to bring into your life, you want to get started. So you focus your rituals, manifestation techniques, and your spiritual workings around that type of energy. And then you have the full moon that happens monthly. And that is, a lot of people have assigned getting rid of things during the full moon. While that may be so, it also represents bringing things to their fullest manifestation. So you have the fullness of whatever you had started as a new beginning, or a new project or something. The full moon now is the time to focus on bringing it to its highest manifestation or fruition. Now we move from monthly into weekly. And weekly, we have Monday. Monday starts the week for most of us around the world. Monday is the opening of the week, opening of us getting back from a weekend of rest or social activities. So we're getting back into things, so that opens the week. And there are traditions that honor that day of opening the week. And in my particular Orisha tradition, we honor a particular spirits, Orisha, on that day. And the main one is Eshu Elegba, who is the one that opens all doors and paths and roads in your life. So we like to give him special honor on Mondays. So we give him offerings and we play his songs or sing his songs and give him prayers and all of that on Mondays. And the other Orisha that we give honor to specifically on Mondays is Ajay Shaluga, and she is the Orisha of wealth and commerce, that activity that brings wealth. So Monday opens up commerce and business and all of that for most of the world. So Mondays is a day that we honor her. And you can have your own opening of the week ceremony, whatever day that is, but it's also, a new also a way to begin, and also a newness, also a way to start things. Now we're going to daily. Now they're daily representations. Each day is governed by a planet. And those days, those planets rule. And so the planets have their own energies, and they have their own attributes that we can tap into on those days as well. And, the purpose of utilizing the cycles is that it's the best, the most auspicious time for that particular energy. So Mondays is ruled by the moon. So with the moon, you have emotions, you have psychic abilities, you have mystery and mysticism, ancient mystery systems, and the inner realm, your psychic abilities, the unconscious is represented. And the energy is very, very powerful for delving into those aspects because the moon governs Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, is ruled by Mars. And Mars is a very fiery energy. It represents aggression and strength, courage, passion, competition, action, and fearlessness. So if you need to go to war on those days by doing your prayers and your spiritual workings, because you got some things that you got to push forward or some blockages that you got to break through, the energy of Mars is great to hone into on a Tuesday. Oh, one thing I want to say about the planetary energies of each day. At sunrise each day, that particular planet that governs the day is in position closest to the Earth, and throughout the day, the planets move on. But you have that 1 hour at sunrise where the planet rules that hour as well as that day, and it rules the entire day, but that hour and that day is very potent. So if you can plan to do something at sunrise or look at an hourly planetary list, then you can schedule, then you can catch it the next time it pops up during the day. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is quick-witted, quick thought, intelligence, super intelligence, mind and intellect, logic, reasoning, rationale, sharp perception, restlessness, and motion. So you want to, if you need to harness those energies, Wednesday is the day. Now we move on to Thursday. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's energy is expansive, and the attributes are universal law, spiritual pursuits, abundance, wealth, prosperity, luck, understanding, optimism, comfort, social activities. So on a Thursday, if you want to revel in those types of energies and harness those energies, Thursday is a great day for that. For Friday, ruled by Venus. Venus is femininity and desire and love, and not just romantic love. It's talking about also family and friends and community and getting together. Venus also represents the creative arts and comfort and social activities. So you have that on a Friday. And if you want to harness those types of skills, abilities, and attributes on a Friday, that's the best day to do that. There's no wonder why a lot of people like to go out on a Friday night after the work week is over. I particularly like going out on a Friday myself, more so than even a Saturday. Thursdays and Fridays are my favorite days to socialize if I'm going anywhere. Moving on to Saturday, ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the energy of structure, of discipline, of tradition, of maturity, of restriction, of law, of hard work, and ambition, obligation, and responsibility. So if those are types of things that you need to harness in yourself, Saturday is a great day for that. Because it's ruled by Saturn. Moving on to Sunday, ruled by the sun. The energy is solar. It's talks about self-determination, self-expression, recognition, star quality, confidence, courage. Also, it shares with Mars, vital force, leadership, individuality. That also knows that is part of a collective and a powerful sense of ambition. So you have that energy on a Sunday as well. Now, what you can do, for each day is a lot of people that recognize and honor the energies on a daily basis, or the planetary energies. They'll look up herbs. You could find out the herbs that correspond to those days, and the crystals and the essential oils and the colors, and you can wear the color that day, put the essential oils on. You can make a mixture of that. You can crush up dried herbs that relate to the day and burn them on a coal to harness the energy, and then keep those crystals nearby as well. And those are some of the things that you can do. And you can think about what you want to do and devise your own way. And you can make a little bundle for each day that has those things, and you can just pull it out when you're ready to honor those energies and harness those energies of that particular day. Last but absolutely not least, that is one of the most important cycles in your life, is your birthday. Your birthday is the day that you came into the world. Birthday, time, day of the week, all of that is important. Your birthday, when you came in the world, is predestined. So it is your special initiation into the world, and it is your special cycle that happens every year. So that is a new beginning for you each and every year. It's good to get like astrological chart and your numerology chart done in order to understand the energies that you came into the world with. And also in my tradition, there is an Ifa reading that gives you your letter for your life. That can also be done as well to give you what your destiny is. And it's basically their roadmaps to helping you develop yourself, because all of this is about developing yourself. And these energy cycles are just something to acknowledge and know. You can work on whatever you need to work on whenever you need to work on it. You don't have to abide by these cycles, but it's good to be aware so that if it comes up that you can do your spiritual work that is in alignment with the cycles, then you go ahead and you have everything on your side. And it's not like, paddling upstream or, trying to go uphill because the energy is not complementing what it is that you're trying to achieve. So with that, I want to say thank you for listening. I hope this is helpful. If it is, please hit the like button and share. Join the channel, subscribe, and I look forward to sharing more with you. You take care for now, and peace.
Sacred Mysteries.